Hi, I'm David Luna, and my wife Claudia and I live in the beautiful town of Boerne, Texas. And we've had our pool now for 10 years exactly, and today it still looks the same as it did the day it went in, and we love it. And we did a lot of research. We looked at a lot of different pools, talked to a lot of friends and family who had pools, both gunite and fiberglass. And at the end of the day, we went with fiberglass just because I really liked the ability to not worry so much about the maintenance. It really takes care of itself with minor input from me in terms of trying to get the balance, trying to get it clean. I love it. We spend a lot of time at the coast, so when we want to go for a weekend, we don't have to worry about is the pool going to get clean or not. It really does take care of itself. So we've enjoyed it, and we'd love to tell you more about it. So during our initial research, we also researched different pool companies. And the one thing that stood out with Gary Pools and Patios is that they were not hard sell. They were not pushy. They were like, what can we answer? What do you want to use the pool? How do you want to use the pool? And that process just seemed very comfortable to us. We never felt pressured, and immediately we became almost like a family. They would call and follow up and say, do you have any other questions? Two key things that stood out, fiberglass versus gunite. We were in a time crunch. We had planned a pretty significant event in our backyard later in the year, and we wanted to make sure that that was going to be done because we were expecting about 150 people in our backyard. So aside from the maintenance and the convenience of that, we really wanted something that could be turned around quickly, and this fit the bill. And the one thing that was absolutely stunning for us is when it came time for us to decide which pool to pick, they came out with a template. No other company offered a full-size template of the outline of the pool. And we were able to position it in our backyard, move it around, stand back, take a look at it, envision other things, and get a sense for scale. I will tell you that this pool was not the initial pool we picked. We picked a smaller one, and when we saw the template in place, it looked like a postage stamp. So we had to learn about scale very quickly, and they were so gracious. They brought out two additional templates until we saw this one, and this one fits perfectly. And they got it done, concrete and all, with about a month to spare. So that was one less thing for us to worry about. This is a great pool. We've enjoyed it, and can't say enough good things about it. Another feature of Gary Pools and Patio is that we wanted somebody that we could rely on. This was a major investment for us in our home. We intend to be here for a long time. And the last thing I wanted was to relive horror stories of other friends that have gone with other companies that were no longer available. So we knew they had a long reputation, and here we are 10 years later, and to this day I will still walk into the store. They remember who I am, and I can ask basic questions. We're in the process of maybe entertaining heating the pool, maybe even a spa of sorts. I love that. My wife and I take a lot of peace of mind knowing that these folks have been here, they're going to be here, and we don't have to worry about whether or not we're going to be stuck with an issue that can't be resolved. So as I mentioned, we've had our pool for 10 years, and in those 10 years, I take care of it myself. I don't hire anybody to do it for me, and I was not a pool person prior to this. I had no prior experience, and just with the training that I received the day it was installed and a couple of times that I've gone and asked questions, I've been able to do it myself. And what's really nice for us is we do a lot of entertaining in our backyard with a lot of family, a lot of friends and guests. And it never takes me longer than 30 minutes to get it in shape, no matter how much neglect I may have given it. And we just gather around it. Sometimes people get in the pool and swim. This has a feature where it has some jets on the deep end, and it's got some shelves where you can sit. And a lot of times we just sit here, drink a glass of wine, talk. We've had a movie theater back here with an inflatable screen. We've done that a couple of times. When our daughters were younger, this was the place to hang out. We have 5 daughters, and if you're a parent at all of a daughter, you know that you got to keep a close eye on all of them. And with 5, I wanted them all to be here. So all the gatherings were here. My wife and I entertained them and their friends for many, many years. And the pool just was the perfect backdrop for us to be able to entertain and watch our kids the whole time. Another thing that was important for us at the time, I mentioned we have 5 daughters. One of our daughters, our youngest one, hadn't learned how to swim yet, and we were a little concerned about her safety. And the one feature about this pool that really sold us on this pool, it has a safety ledge all the way around the pool that literally our daughter, until she learned how to swim, was able to just stand on that edge without issue and hold on to it until she got comfortable enough and learned how to swim. And it took a lot of our concern away knowing that. And that was a feature we didn't even know existed until Gary Pools and Patio brought it up and said, hey, by the way, this has a safety feature in the event that your kids are still learning how to swim. And that was fantastic. And we've loved it ever since. If you're considering a pool and you're looking at what's the right option for me, these are the folks to talk to, because they have experience on both sides. They can talk to you about a fiberglass pool, they can talk to you about a gunite pool, and 10 years later, we are still as excited as we've ever were, and we would not make a different decision if we had to today. It'd still be the same thing. So I highly recommend that you talk to them, get to know them, and ask them questions, and find the pool for you, and be as happy as we are 10 years later.